Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I'm jumping right back into my Living the Sweet Life collection projects. I am going to be making some more tags today. These are the tags that I made in my previous video. If you missed that, I'll link it down below for you in case you're interested in checking it out. Today I have already cut 3 manila folder pieces that I want to work on, and just for those of you who might be curious, they measure about 3.5 inches wide and 7 inches tall. I just knew that that would be a good base for a tag in my book, and I also know that I'll want some smaller ones, so I have a few white ones as well. I really want to use some of the napkins that I've been collecting. This is the one that came in the collection itself, and I love this little glass of lemonade. I just think that is so cute. I also have a few others here. This is one that was sold in one of the extra ephemera packs that I had found a few of. This I actually just found in the clearance section at Big Lots when I was there the other day, and I love that watercolor, all of it. It's just so fun. So I'm anxious to play with that. There's the napkin that matches that coaster. This napkin has a bunch of little watermelons on it and then a big pineapple. So these are the fruit related napkins that I have. So I know I want to decoupage and do some things with that. Otherwise, I'm not exactly sure. I'm a little nervous actually. I have some Tim Holtz Distress crayons that I haven't played with in quite some time, nor have I played with them a lot. So I'm uncertain how they will behave if I use them on the back, in the background under the decoupage. I know that I need to use collage medium if I want them to move. I'm not sure if they will move around with gesso or not. And I can hear some of you right now that already know the answer to this. I should be live. I should be doing this live. Anyway, I'm going to try one gessoed, even though I am fairly certain that I have to have this down first. So I'm going to experiment with that and see. The other thing that will be somewhat of an experiment is the fact that this is an ivory, color, and this is a stark white color. So I'm not that picky. This is for me, this is for me. So if they don't turn out, that's fine. I'm going to love it when it all comes together. So for the sake of time in this video, I'm going to speed up this process and just bring you guys along with me, and we'll see what happens. All right, so as I am filming this voiceover, I have to admit that this video was filmed, a month ago, maybe even a little over a month ago. So I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. How are you? Anyway, okay, getting back to the video, I'm starting with gesso here. I had mentioned in the intro that I wasn't sure how the Tim Holtz Distress crayons were going to work over gesso, but I thought it was great. At least this heavy body gesso that I have from Art Basics, it worked great. I think it worked just as well as it does coming up here in a little bit over the collage medium. So I was pretty happy about that. I also don't share the colors that I'm using here in the beginning while I'm working, but I do share them at the end of the video, and I will link them in the description box down below, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, I'm just going to be doing some decoupaging here. I'm starting out with the large pineapple napkin. If you guys don't know, a great trick to get that second middle layer of paper off is washi tape. You can just rip that back layer with washi, and it usually will help you pull it off. So I'm just getting the card wet and starting by adding my crayon, just scribbling the pigment down on the card and then swooshing it around with a wet paintbrush. I should also mention here, you can do this with paints, watercolors, any type of medium that you prefer. One of the things that I love about these distress crayons, sorry, I can't say that word today, distress crayons is that after they dry, they're permanent, which doesn't happen with a lot of Tim Holtz things. If we use distress inks, they blend together and they can get muddy. But if you take the time to dry one layer of the crayon, it's going to stay that way, and you can go over it with another layer later and they don't mix together. Even if you get it wet again, it's permanent. So I really like that about it. So I'm just playing around with some different colors here that I know are in my journal and in the napkins. Here I am just using my water brush to cut out my image from the napkin. If any of you watching this video are new to decoupaging and you'd like me to be a little more descriptive about what I'm doing here, I will leave a link in the description box down below to a past video where I've shared a little bit more detail about decoupaging and things like that. So check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, there's plenty of videos on YouTube that people love to play around with this technique. I'm just adding a little bit more color here, and then in a minute I'm going to add a stamped image to my background as well before I decoupage. I'm actually reaching for, there it is, the archival ink in Mermaid Lagoon, which is also a Tim Holtz color. The reason I'm using archival ink is because it's waterproof, so it won't smear around as I'm playing around and doing things to this tag. And while I'm at it, why don't we add a little orange to the tag? This journal is very colorful for me, and I've just had so much fun creating it. So I'm just grabbing the stencil that I had on hand with these little tiny polka dots and adding some of that spiced marmalade ink over the top. And then I think I'm pretty much finished with the background, and I will be reaching for the collage medium, the Tim Holtz Distress collage medium. Is that what it's called? I really love this. You can decoupage with watered down glue or any type of collage medium. I know some people will just use a glue stick to stick down their napkin. I love this collage medium. I have found that it's my favorite thing ever for decoupaging and for creating with some of these Tim Holtz mediums that I've been playing with. Now, somebody tell me your experience if you've had situations like mine where this archival ink is waterproof, especially the black ink pad I love to use all the time. I use it in the background and then I go over it with like a collage medium or something and it's still smearing. It's not supposed to do that. Right? Am I correct? Did I just not dry it? See, like that cherry at the bottom of the tag there is smeared. Did I not dry it long enough? Or have you found a better waterproof ink? Please let me know in the description box down below because this really drives me crazy. All right, so moving on, the next tag, and from here on out I will be using the collage medium as a base over the tag. I have found with the distress crayons that you can't rub the pigment on over the paper. It's going to grab, and then when you go to get it wet, it really doesn't blend. And when you use the collage medium at the bottom, you really have free reign over the tag, and it'll, you know, smear and do that distress thing and everything. It just moves really easily, and I love that. So you definitely want to start with a base of something over your paper. And since I'm pretty much just doing more of the same here, I thought it would be a great time to catch up with some of you. If you follow me over in the Facebook group, you would already know that I have been detained from work and YouTube and all of that because we've had some major house renovations and projects going on the last month, I would say, where I've really had to dedicate my time and energy toward that. So I'm behind in all the things. But if you are not part of that Facebook group, you probably don't know. So I will still be coming out with an August collection. I'm working frantically right now on getting that put together and available, hopefully within the next week. And then I'm really going to work and do my best to get back on track for September. I might still be into the beginning of September for the next release, but anyway, I'm trying to get back on track. So if you aren't part of the Facebook group and you would like to stay up to date with things, that link will be down below, and I would love to see you over there. It's helpful for me to be able to communicate with my friends and everything when I'm not able to take the time to film and get on the channel that often. So anyway, that link will be down below, as well as my Instagram tag if you would like to follow me. I will definitely be sharing updates as the collection progresses, and I'll share some photos over there. So yeah, I'd love to be friends over there. So here, this napkin, love it. Found it at Big Lots. I think I mentioned that. And I love that watermelon. So I'm going to play around with a couple more tags here and do a little bit more decoupaging. And then toward the end of the video, I will pop back in and we will finish decorating them. So apparently I couldn't stay away. I had to come back and talk to you guys. So this is the napkin that came in that July collection. And I love this image. I wasn't sure how I was going to use it on this tag because the lemonade glass is so big. And it really is quite a detailed image. But I had a lot of fun. And one of the things that I feel took me to the next level with decoupage, if that makes any sense, was learning how to layer my images. And this is something that I discovered how to do. I never even thought about it really from watching Artie Mae's channel. I love some of her tag videos and things, so I will link her down below for anyone who's interested, because I really felt like she taught me a lot spending time on her channel and watching some of her videos. She's very creative, so I will link her down below for anyone interested in that. So I'm just using my water brush again, and I'm trying to cut out that lemonade glass. I'm trying to avoid putting that S on my tag because I just want the lemonade glass. And then later I'm going to go in and get those sliced lemons that were in the napkin and layer those on top of the glass. So I'm able to make my own little picture basically. And I really love that. I love how this one turned out. Okay, so I went on and created a few more tags off camera. One of them is this. I love this. This is that vintage napkin that I had in one of the extra ephemera packs. I had found a box of them. And here I used a strip of that watermelon napkin and just added a piece of the lemon napkin from the kit. That's the one I did on camera, and that I did on camera. I went ahead and used the layaway tag out of the collection and the time card out of the collection. So even if you don't want to cut or make your own tags, or you don't have tags in your stash, you can definitely use the tags that are in the kit if you want to decoupage with them. The other thing I did was I had some scrap paper left over from building the journals themselves. So I decided to add colored paper to the back of them. And then I just did some stitching. So they're all a little bit different. I used yellow, green, that pink color, and that's actually a light blue. I don't know if it's showing on camera. So I was looking through my stickers and really hoping that I had some with specific words. I will say it's very common to have stickers that say love and something about joy, but the rest of those words are kind of hard. Probably if I'd have went to Hobby Lobby first, I bet I could have found some Fruit of the Spirit words. But I do have this one that came from Dollar Tree years ago now that says faithful. I don't know if this will work. I think I'm going to use this faithful sticker. Of course, These are so thin and delicate, I probably won't get it on there straight. I think I want it just to lay across here. Hopefully that'll stick. And I did notice there's a little piece for the dotted eye there. I think for now that makes me happy. Oh, and for those of you who might be curious what distress crayons I used on these, I used Spice Marmalade quite a bit, Cracked Pistachio, and Mowed Lawn. Mowed Lawn is that green that I use the most. Picked Raspberry, but mostly Barn Door. I did not use the Squeeze Lemonade, and Mermaid Lagoon. So I really stuck with more of the green, orange, blue, and red, actually. So I shared this package of key tags I picked up at Dollar Tree recently in these bright, fun colors. I kind of forgot about these. I think I'm going to add this yellow tag, maybe to the same one. I want it to be a little off center, just like the pineapple. All right, so I opened up this ephemera pack I shared in the previous video too that I would be working with. And I think I'm going to just glue this lemon, since I already have the word faithful going down here. I think I just want to glue this little lemon on there. Why not? I think I want to add an eyelet to my tag as well. All right, and we're gonna see if I can do this. I have yet to watch a video on how to use my eyelet setter. So bad. Well, that worked well enough. This was a square-shaped eyelet, but thankfully it looks like a diamond. It looks like I did that on purpose, which I didn't. All right, and I am hoping to just feed this through here. Okay, there, I finally got it going the right direction. I don't know, I just think it's cute. I could tie some string on that when I add it to my book. And actually, I might enjoy adding another one of those tags. I have a couple small pieces still. There's these cherries. There's a couple strawberries. I think since the cherries are stamped onto the tag, I'll use the strawberries on this one. There's a lot going on here, but I knew there would be. I actually have a lot of fun when things get really colorful. Okay, those are fun. I think I'm going to use one of these wood veneer stickers that I found at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use the slice. I think I'll take this pop dot off the back, just so it's a little less bulky. I think I'll take one of these white tickets that came in the kit and this word joy. It's a little tiny stamp. I'm just going to use some black ink. Put it toward the top there. And let's see, I think I'll cut this. So I cut this little scrap ribbon here, and I think I'm just going to cluster it down at the bottom. First, I'm going to run it through the sewing machine and stitch it together. So I really think I will end up adding something on top of that fruit slice. I'm just not sure what yet. but I do want it here, so I'm just going to glue it in place. And I will glue this down too. All right, you guys, and I think that is it for this video. That's all I'm going to do on these tags for now. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.